Hey guys, I'm Ezra Schowell, here again with Reese Rowan, here in Lewisburg, West Virginia. Back again with our second podcast. And I'd just like to add a little disclaimer that I am 16 years old, Reese is 17. We're just a couple high schoolers, so we have pretty much no idea what we're talking about. We don't conduct any thorough research of stuff we say, so take it all with a grain of salt.
It's just what we're informed on, what we choose to inform ourselves on now. And just from the perspective of two high schoolers, this day and age, what we know, what we're exposed to. So, yeah, we don't really claim to know what we're talking about. We just kind of guess,
right?
Educatedly.
That said, first thing I want to talk about is conspiracy theories. So do you subscribe to any conspiracy theories?
I don't think I do.
No?
Unless I am unintentionally.
No? Okay, so what about the JFK assassination?
He's dead.
Really?
I've heard there is a theory that JFK Jr. Is actually behind Trump at some of the Trump rallies.
Really?
And he's alive, yeah. But
that's pretty out there.
I know there's a few conspiracy theories on the JFK one. I'm not too educated on it.
So what are the conspiracy theories?
I know that there's a theory. There's video of like a guy with an umbrella, and I'm pretty sure that he and it's not raining.
That's different from the umbrella theory, right? Or is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a show, isn't it?
I don't even know what that is.
I think that's a show. But there was a guy with an umbrella, and he had it up, and it wasn't raining at all. And then he put it down, and I'm pretty sure he lifted it, and then JFK got shot, and then he put it down, and he just stayed there the entire time. Everyone moved, everyone scattered in the streets, and even the aftermath, he was just standing there.
Wait. So he was shot when he was going on. It was in a car.
Yeah.
Right? Wait. So there was an umbrella there?
No. There was a guy on the street because it was a motorcade.
Oh,
so it was like a parade.
Right,
yeah. There was a guy on the street with an umbrella, and he had it up. But there's also that can be kind of disproven because I think it was JFK's dad. I'm not sure, but he during his time with some banking stuff, people would have umbrellas as protest.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't believe that?
No.
I think that's.
I don't think that's true.
So wait. There's another big one. It was like a CIA thing. They assassinated him.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any truth behind that? No.
I just think he just got assassinated.
Why do you think so many people believe that?
People like to believe stuff that they,
I feel like a lot of the particularly crazy ones, cough, flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
I feel like a lot of the crazy ones is I don't know, it feels nice to be ahead of the curve, and then you're like, oh, they were right, Alex Jones' entire platform.
Like the 0.0001% of chances that you're right. You're like, oh, I told y'all.
Yeah,
I told y'all the Earth is flat.
They just put all their eggs in that basket, So then
if
they're right,
it's okay to subscribe to conspiracy theories if they're harmless.
Exactly. I think if you're hurting someone,
then obviously if you're hurting.
Do you think
someone,
the anti-vax theory? Do you think that hurts people?
Yes, that definitely hurts people.
Yeah.
It could. It doesn't. I don't think it. There's
it doesn't directly hurt. Well, I mean.
Yeah, it could.
I don't know. Again, I don't know any of the statistics and stuff.
I heard there was a measles outbreak related to anti-vax.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
right?
that was a while ago. Yeah. But so it's proof that it can, because once you're vaccinated, in the herd immunity, it just kind of goes away.
Right. Exactly.
And if you just stop doing that, then it's not going to go away. It's just going to stay.
Going back to the flat Earth theory, though. It's particularly crazy to me, not crazy, but just astounding that, in the face of all that evidence, you can still believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
It's
Well, have you ever seen the Earth?
Fair enough. It's true. But I don't know. It's people like Elon Musk and NASA and what else? Blue Origin, Boeing. They're all sending these tons of satellites to space. I've been watching a lot of the recent launches from SpaceX too. They're doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean Elon Musk is the richest man in the world now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Jeff Bezos stepped down from.
That's wild. I
CEO
didn't see that. How old is he? Do you know?
He's not too old. I know he's bald though.
Is that a good indicator of age?
Yeah.
Totally. What about QAnon? Nothing in that?
Don't even want to speak on it. That's just crazy. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what it is.
We read a lot about it a little bit before we started the podcast. Yeah. QAnon is basically, oh god, I don't remember. What was it?
It was something where a bunch of people eat babies or something crazy.
Some rich politicians.
Yeah, rich politicians and Hollywood stars eat babies and do some crazy things. And I'm pretty sure there's a thread, because I heard from QAnon that was the conspiracy theory that JFK Jr. was alive. That was from QAnon. I'm not sure if I said that earlier, but so I don't think that it's just one theory. I think that it's a guy. I read it was a guy whose original name on 4chan, of course, was Q,
right?
or QAnon, and that's the original conspiracy was that Donald Trump was going to expose all these
Right.
pedophiles and baby eaters.
Wait, you said that dude on 4chan started it.
Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty
did
sure
he
it's
name it.
yeah. Well, I think his name is Q, or he goes by Q. I'm pretty sure his
Right.
name was Q, and like QAnon because he's anonymous.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's a huge thread now because obviously JFK Jr. being at Trump rallies doesn't really have a tie
Right.
into babies being eaten, which is really bizarre.
I know. That's like the jump to conclusions for that.
It's like, well, we have proof. What's your proof?
Yeah.
Babies exist.
Oh god, dude, I've seen like I hate to keep going back to the flat Earth
Yeah,
thing,
you can go back
but
to
so wait, there's this one teacher at our school who's a flat earther, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forget who it was. He's a
I
social
don't
studies
remember
teacher.
either.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like
I mean, it's okay to subscribe to those
yeah,
because
those are harmless.
Yeah, they're
It's
harmless.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just kind of like okay.
It's kind of funny to watch it though, because like every argument you see against flat Earth, someone always brings up that one. It was like a documentary or something like that where they did the flat Earth did like a test and then it proved like they did it like
Was it the test where like the Earth would have to drop?
right,
That
and then
one,
it
okay.
proved it was right,
Mhm.
and then they were like, we just must have done it wrong, you know.
It's like no, land is completely flat.
And what's the I bet anybody who's a flat earther listening would sound real stupid right now. But what's the like motive behind leading people to believe there's a flat Earth? Do you know?
Like I said, I
Some
think
financial
people just like
gain? I
like
don't know.
if the people believe there's a flat Earth, I'm gonna gain a lot of money out
Yeah.
of this. No, I don't think so. I think people just
50% of the government's revenue is from the flat Earth.
I think people just want to believe things, like you said, be ahead of the curve or
Right.
be like, I believe this and I'm special, I believe it, which is perfectly fine if it's harmless. Again, doesn't matter.
Right.
But
Okay, so steering the conversation away from conspiracy theories.
that's cool.
You are in like 1,000 bands.
Yeah,
What do you mean? You're in skip class?
yeah. You're in
What
skip
else?
class too.
I'm also in
We
skip
play
class.
saxophone,
Yep.
by the way.
Yeah.
I play saxophone in all the bands, but in a band called Ayoka. It's like a reggae rock band. It's with a bassist.
Similar to VPOC?
Yeah, sort of,
Yeah.
but not as reggae-ish. We claim to be reggae, but it's not. It's
Right.
we're like just rock. And there's a bassist. His name is Ben Cadle. You might know him. And Cooper's in it. Cooper was.
Yeah.
Justin McCullough's in it. The horn line. And I also play with a few bands.
Are they all like brass bands?
No, Ben plays bass. Jesse plays guitar and drums, and then this guy named Tyler. He moved though. He played guitar.
Right.
But so we have a brass ensemble in it, but it's not a brass band. And I'm also in another one. I'm not in it, but I play with them a lot. Called For All It's Worth. I play a few songs with them.
You're also a drum major.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I think we mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drum major.
We didn't. Yeah, there was no band camp. So
No, there was no band camp.
Yeah.
There was.
What
like,
did you guys end up doing for the show? Because again, normally I'm in that, but
So we just played a bunch of music that Skip Class plays, like music from RVA or No BS Brass Band, RVA All Day, Iron Palm, and Brass Knuckles.
I'm sad I missed that. Of
Yeah.
all years for them to play.
It was fun, but like since we've been in Skip Class and we played that music all the time, it was
it
kind of like
boring?
repetitive. But I wasn't playing it, so it wasn't
Right.
bad. I also got the rap.
What's
in the show.
conducting like?
Conducting is
Is it awkward?
no, it is at first. It's very awkward. Getting up on there and being like this is really awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's kind of it's fun.
What was
It's cool
the
conducting.
so to become drum major, one of the things you have to do is for Alder you have to do the conducting thing.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, we actually didn't have to do that this year because
Really?
it was like when COVID was
Oh,
still
okay.
a thing. We weren't in person. And
Right.
by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, Mr. Alder is the band director at our high school. He's awesome.
He's a G.
Yeah, he is a G.
Got COVID too.
Oh, he did get COVID. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good now though.
Yeah. I got had it rough there for a minute.
Yeah.
But so are those all the bands you're in?
I wasn't. I've been in a few other bands that have just disbanded. One was called Allentown. It was with Cooper's
Oh, I remember
band.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Jesse
happened with
Walker
that?
was in it.
Did you guys just
well,
all go to, like-
it just kind of died.
Yeah.
We had a few songs written that were actually pretty good. It was fun playing in there.
Oh yeah.
but,
Do you guys write your own music for the other bands, or do you play other stuff?
Let's see. So for All It's Worth, they have a few originals that I play on. I think they have 2 or 3 that I play on live, and they mainly just do covers though. I'm pretty sure. And then
Right.
for Aoka, it's a newer band, so we're building our catalog.
Right.
We do have a few originals. We have a spaghetti western,
What?
which is really fun. It's called Spa Spaghetti Western. Sore for that.
Right.
But and we have I think we have about 6, but we've only played 3.
Are you playing alto sax and all this?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Does that get boring?
No.
No.
No, not really.
Oh,
Being at the practices kind of gets not boring, but like repetitive sometimes.
Yeah. Are you guys still practicing during
No,
COVID?
we were before, but then it got really bad. We actually had a show, like a really small show with this like group of people that me and Justin were able to play outside for to
Right.
kind of distance from
Where
people. It was at Ben's house, the bassist.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like 20 people or so during COVID, like when it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's getting crazy now though, because I know Alder, he tried to, and I feel bad for him, because like I know he really enjoys doing all this band stuff, and for that all to get like, because like for that's those extracurricular activities, the first things to get cut, ostensibly so, because they're those like the super spreader
Yeah.
events, but I forgot my question was.
You said you felt bad for him because.
Oh yeah. So I remember during the holidays, he was trying to get some groups to do these sort of like smaller plays, like they weren't advertised and they just go play down in the Green Square in Lewisburg.
Yeah.
But then stuff like took off. I don't know. Was there any particular event that happened that made that
No.
Happen?
Made it like get canceled?
or like for the cases to explode? Because I know we went from like
Well,
50 total cases to over 1,000 in like a month.
I know when it gets colder, the virus spreads more.
And there was the
the holidays
holiday.
too. Yeah. Like Christmas and even like Halloween parties, like people still went to parties.
Right, and we're pretty much past that now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Deaths are still.
They're still going up, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but cases are going down because it takes a while to die from COVID.
Eloquently
Usually,
put.
yeah. So like they're still going up, but we are seeing a decrease in
Right. So
new cases. That is.
So you also, I know you wrote some music for Skip Class that we played. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Are you writing any music for the other groups?
I kind of have a hand in writing the horn parts, but Ben Cadle and Jesse Gilbert, they mainly write for Yaoka. For all it's worth, they don't really write too much for, but for Yaoka, they mainly write. And sometimes I'd be like, hey, we need help with this horn line, and I'll write them.
Yeah.
I'll write some stuff.
How'd you come up with the name?
I'm not sure. I think they just heard it, and it was like, that's cool. Yaoka's cool. Ben made it up.
Yeah.
But it's like I think it's like a god of some sort or something.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Sweet. So another thing I wanted to mention was a couple weeks ago, I found my old SoundCloud account.
Oh yeah.
From when I was 9 years old.
9?
8 or 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really young. I'd just gotten like my first phone, and I got the SoundCloud account, and the music on there was just like, I listened to a ton of EDM, and it's like,
I did too. Yeah.
yeah, EDM. I think there's some good EDM music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the stuff I would listen to, like I showed you a song before we started the podcast. It was so bad.
Yeah. Well, you think it's bad. I think just looking back on stuff like that,
yeah.
you find it cringy or bad. But
Definitely cringe.
yeah. But it's like it's not really that bad. You're just like associated with like your younger self, and you're like,
I don't know. I'm embarrassed like my entire childhood listening to that.
aren't we all embarrassed of our entire childhood?
Did you like have any? Do you have any past events that you're particularly embarrassed of?
Like from being a child.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this
I've done a
wasn't when
lot
I
of
was
dumb
this
stuff
wasn't-
as a
yeah,
kid.
This wasn't when I was a child, but I used to eat magazines. Fun fact, I don't know why, I just thought paper tasted really good, so I just like hide under my mom's chair and just eat her magazines. I sound insane.
You're crazy.
It sounds insane, but
You'll still do that.
yeah, I know I still do it. Every
Wait, like, you actually
Saturday
eat
I
magazines?
No, I don't.
No, okay.
I just thought paper tasted good, and it's like it was not my parents' fault. It was just me. I was just dumb.
Wait, is it like particularly magazines?
No, it was like just paper.
Just
but
paper?
It was usually just magazines. I remember
The
specifically
chemicals
eating
and
a
everything.
Paula Deen magazine. And they just tasted good, but they don't now. I sound insane, but I was like a youngin',
Yeah, I mean,
8 or 9 or 10.
do you have any like dumb stories of stuff you'd do?
Well,
than
this wasn't like. It was like 2 years ago. I was deer hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to keep the gun in your shoulder.
Oh no.
Yeah. You see that scar right there?
Oh no.
Yeah, that scar right there. I got it from a scope that kicked back. It was a 30-aught, so it was a lot of.
How are you holding it? Are we like under
No,
your
I was prone, so like it was kind of like
okay.
down here.
Okay.
But it should have been higher.
Right.
But it was kind of down here. I killed the deer though. It
You
died.
ever see those crazy videos of people who like don't know how to shoot guns? They've got a shotgun and they point it there and it flips
They're
out
like
of their hand.
they're like up here and like the gun's like on their shoulder. I'm like no.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
just flies.
Oh man, particularly ones where it, like bounces back and hits on the head or something. Those are gross.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to get stitches, and I freak out because I have like a phobia of needles.
Yeah.
And I just had to get glue though, and it burned really bad. But it was
really.
Yeah.
Wait, glue?
Yeah, it was like they just bring you in. It's like put glue in your skin, and it just.
Ew.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as a scar, and it's still visible.
One incident I remember when I was younger is it wasn't particularly stupid, but it was a crazy event. I remember I was riding my bike at Blue Bend. You ever been there?
Yeah. I live by Blue Bend.
It's like this camping site, swimming hole,
yeah,
sort of place. And we were camping there, and I was like pedaling down this trail on my bike, and again I was like younger at the time, I was probably like 8 or 9, and how you can like stand up on the bike and like pedal, you know. I was doing that and my chain fell off and I hit the ground pretty hard, because I was pedaling like crazy and I got this rock in my knee. I still have the scar from it on my knee. I have a lot of good memories there though. That place is awesome.
Like crashing.
And
getting a rock in your knee.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We found one of those, the geocaches.
Oh yeah, I had a geocaching phase when I was a child.
Really? Yeah. We found, me and my cousin, we went to it's like this crazy long trail. It's like 5 miles, something like that, all the way around. And we were hiking up it, and we were like halfway up, and we found this it was like an ammo box.
Oh yeah. Sort
of. And we opened it, and we had no idea what was going on because we'd never heard of geocaches. And we looked it up whenever we got home, and it was full of these. I don't know. It was just really cool.
Yeah.
It was full of notes from people who passed through, and like someone would leave something in there. We found a bunch of ammo for a gun.
Oh.
In there, yeah.
Well, it is an ammo box, so
just
usually you don't want to have that in a geocache.
That's true. But I don't know. I think that sort of stuff.
I got into geocaching from elementary school. There was this elementary school teacher. His name was Mr. R. And we used to have clubs. And there was a geocaching.
Where'd you go?
White Sulphur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a geocaching club, and for anyone who doesn't know what geocaching is, look it up. It's pretty cool. But you basically just go out and like find these things, like a geocaching app.
Yeah,
it's just like it's like a scavenger hunt.
Right.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
And they do them all over the world.
Yeah, and they'll have like little containers full of like notes or stuff you can leave. I know the ones at Snowshoe have like little tokens you can take. I don't think you're supposed to take them and like keep them. They might just be in there to like put in other geocaches. But they have like a whole like, I don't remember where it's at. It might be around the lake at Snowshoe, but they have like 12 of them, and like you can find them. They have like a map. It's not as cool as like finding them on the app because they're just random. I know there's one on White Sulphur by the gazebo, and I found that one. It's like in a fake rock or something. It's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, that's the only one I've ever found.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's cool if like people just seem to have that mutual respect for like that, and no one just wants to snag it. You know.
Yeah.
Because there are people like that, but you know. I'm glad they don't.
Yeah, I think if you take the time to figure out geocaching, then like you don't want to take it.
Yeah.
If someone just found it and they'd be like, "Oh, cool, random box full of notes, I'm gonna take it." It's kind of like, why?
Yeah, the one we found was pretty well hidden. I don't know. My cousin saw it.
The one? Are you talking about the one that I found? The one on White Sulphur? Are you talking
about? Oh no, I'm talking about the one.
Okay, the one on White Sulphur was really well hidden. I remember I dragged my stepdad out there in the like Main Street White Sulphur. We had to pull off on the side of the road. I was like, I want to find this random. I probably sounded like crazy. I was like, I want to find this thing hidden in a bush in White Sulphur. Please, I swear it's real. I probably sounded crazy. But, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I dragged him out there. It took us like 10 minutes to find it. But it was like a really small space.
Right.
And it was hidden like in a bush. Not like in the bush, but underneath it.
Okay, so crazy story for you. So this was when I was 2 or 3. I don't actually remember this event, but there's this one picture I have of it. And it's a picture of me on my dad's lap pointing at this cement truck in our house.
In your house?
In my house. So basically what happened is we used to live in Lewisburg in this like little place just outside. And there's this giant downhill slope that leads into it goes down here and then there's a 90-degree turn to follow the road. And our house was right at the end of that. And so there was, I think it was a cement truck. The cement truck's brakes cut out halfway down there. Fortunately, no one was in the house at the time. My parents were at work, and I was in like kindergarten or whatever it was. And we got our. I remember that. Or no, I don't. Or actually, I do. I remember my dad coming to get me that day, and I was like, "Sweet, I'm getting out of school." And then we pull up, And that's just the like instant that I remember of seeing this cement truck in my house. And I remember in the picture, I don't know, my dad made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. He was
Yeah.
like, I remember in the picture, I'm just looking at it and smiling and pointing at it. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I was thinking it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That's
Fortunately, no one was in there. We
Yeah,
had
that would've been bad.
home insurance. But
Yeah.
we lived in a condominium after that while we were looking for a new house for a while. Random story. I don't know why I remember this, but I must have been 3 at the time. And I remember waddling downstairs at like 4:30 in the morning. I don't know when it was, but it was early in the morning, and everyone was still asleep. And I just walked in my parents' room and dropped my pants and took a poop right there in the middle of the floor. I don't know why I remember that. And that's not the only instance of like me just remembering. me just. That's not the only instance of me just like remembering these random, seemingly insignificant like parts of my childhood. Because I remember, I was older at the time. I was like 5 or 6, and I was sitting on
past the pooping in your parents' bedroom.
Past the pooping in my parents' bedroom.
Face, yeah.
Implying I did that more than once. But we had this old red couch, and I remember I was just sitting there and thinking, I'm gonna remember this moment, and I still do.
Really? So like you forced yourself to remember it.
No, I didn't like deliberately. I just like I know I'm gonna remember this moment. Nothing was going on.
Wow, you like broke the fourth wall.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Speaking of poop and childhood stories, one time my sister, you don't have any. Do you have older siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 older siblings.
Do they ever like watch you like at the house?
Well, my
like babysit you.
My youngest sister, they're both older than me, moved out when I was like, she went to college whenever I was like 5.
Okay.
4. I don't
remember. My older sister used to watch me, and because my mom would go to work, obviously, during like the summer, and so you don't want to listen to your older siblings when they tell you to do things, because like they just tell you to do things because they don't want to do them sometimes.
My sister was nice; she spared me from that.
Oh, mine did not.
No. How many siblings do you have?
Okay, I'm gonna get into that in a second because it's a long story. But okay, I'll get back to that. But the dog would poop in the floor sometimes, right? Okay. And she'd be like, pick it up, because she didn't want to pick it up. Right. Even though I was like probably 8, right. I was like, and she was like, pick it up, and I was like, no, I'm gonna throw it on the ceiling. She goes, you're not gonna throw it on the ceiling. So I picked it up with my bare hands and threw it on the ceiling, and it just stuck. And my mom came home and was like, I feel so bad for my mom because she worked so hard, and I just was such a butthole child. Me and my sister were both horrible children.
I went through this SpongeBob phase when I was young, like 5 and 6.
Like we all did. I still love SpongeBob. It's
I can't watch it anymore. I'll explain why.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was just like between 5 and 6. I was just a horrible child. My dad can testify to that. But I think the turning point was where I said "crap you" to my grandma. I'll never forget that.
That's kind of vulgar.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. That was the turning point.
Now, why are you scared of SpongeBob?
I'm not scared, but
no, you're scared.
I'm not scared. Shut up. My parents they deduced probably correctly that the cause was Squidward from SpongeBob.
The Squidward from SpongeBob was turning you into like
this horrible child.
A child with anger issues.
I was emulating him or something. I don't know. My dad can explain it better than I can. But anyways, I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed by SpongeBob now.
Yeah. Because like that made you stop watching it?
Maybe. I don't know.
So it's subconscious. SpongeBob's still a gold mine, and you can go back and like look at the.
There's good memes from it.
Oh yeah, there's tons of good memes, and like you go back and like look at the jokes they told that you didn't get as a child. You just kind of laughed, and like now you're like, oh, that's funny now.
I used to be like hardcore addicted to it. I remember I would watch it.
Gotta eat my SpongeBob fix.
I would watch it on cable TV, and I remember watching the Valentine's Day special because that was just what happened to be on all day. I watched it like 15 times in one day.
15? I didn't even like
at least
register you said 15 times until like after like a second after you said it. The SpongeBob, the Valentine's one where they went to the Glove World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That and I remember. You remember the one where they go? Everyone can relate to this, obviously.
Yeah.
But remember the one where they go to? It was like dark place, and SpongeBob is at the gas station.
Yeah, and then
that one scared me. That one scared me.
Yeah, that one was terrifying.
Yeah.
And that they talk like this, I can't.
That show's,
SpongeBob is so funny.
that show's gold.
Yeah, that show was
I don't know.
gold.
Whenever I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you asked how many siblings I had, right?
Oh yeah.
I can get into that now.
Okay.
So I have 6 siblings, but none of them are full blood.
Okay.
I have. Let me think about this. I have 4 sisters. One of them is my stepsister, and then 3 of them are my half sisters. And then I have 2 brothers, and both of them are my stepbrothers. So I have 3 half siblings and 3 step siblings.
What?
Yeah. So my stepdad's kids, they moved out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of lived with my stepbrother at my mom's house for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then he moved. He could join the Marines and moved out.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then at my dad's house, I live with my 2 half sisters and my stepbrother.
That's a true West Virginia story.
Yeah. My stepbrother's about my age, and my 2 half sisters are younger. But
Right.
yeah, so I have a lot of siblings. And whenever someone asks me that question, I'm like, okay, give me like a minute to explain it. Yeah, usually it's an easy question to answer, but
Yeah, I'm not even. To be honest, I'm not even like. One of my sisters, who's older now, she just had her second kid a little while ago, a couple months ago, or like a year ago now. Wow,
Yeah.
Dang, time flies.
yeah, it does, especially with COVID.
Right, she has 2 kids, and my other sister, she lives in Denver now. She's the one I grew up with a little bit, and it's weird because like I think I'm closer related to my sister with 2 kids than I am with my other sister. Her name's Cassie, by the way. Shout out to Cassie if you're watching. No, I miss her though. And I don't know. I'm probably not going to get to see her for a while because of COVID.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I really hope they get this vaccine distributed.
I think they're doing good. I heard.
West Virginia is doing the best
Oh yeah,
out of all of
we have
them.
the best vaccine distribution in the entire.
Do you know
country.
how they measure that? Is it like percentage? or
It can't be number of vaccines because that
Right.
wouldn't be fair. It has to be like
percentage?
percentage of people vaccinated. I don't know if they go by just percentage of people vaccinated or percentage of people vaccinated who need it, like healthcare
Right.
professionals or people with underlying conditions or older people. I'm not sure if they go by that. If I had to guess, it's just percentage. But I saw that yesterday, around 8% of the country was vaccinated with the first dose.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait, so they've got like it was like 40 something million distributed, but like only 40 million something distributed and 20 something million like administered.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with those ones that aren't administered? Is that just like inefficiency, or are they waiting for the second dose? Because I know Biden said he wanted to
Get first doses.
give first doses to everyone.
Because I mean, it's 65% effective with the first dose, which
Right.
is way better than 0.
Also, my mom got her second shot.
Oh, nice.
Finally.
Yeah. But if I had to guess that they're just waiting for either second doses or, I know they're not waiting for people because I know a lot of people would just go get it. Like if someone told me you can go get the COVID vaccine right now, I'd be there and like
Right.
as fast as I could.
Right.
But yeah, if I had to guess, they're just waiting.
I really hope like apprehension to it doesn't become a problem where they're like not wanting to get it because needles scary.
Yeah. Well,
And-
I have a phobia of needles.
Yeah,
I have
me
panic
too.
attacks when I go to get shots, and like I'm gonna be first in line for that.
yeah, for sure.
To
Good for you.
return to some normalcy. Yeah.
for you.
Normalcy. I can't speak.
There's another shot I know coming out that's just heard, may have already come out. I'm not sure. But it's 1 shot instead of 2.
Yeah, I heard it's not nearly as effective.
Yeah.
And then Russian one the Russian one in Russia got approved. They were already administering it before they figured out like how like effective it was.
Dude,
It's
what's
not
going
even-
on with the riots there? Didn't
I
like
don't know
Putin
anything
like
about
jail one of his political opponents or something like
Probably.
that?
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but I mean,
Space food.
we don't know about it at all.
Yeah.
I just heard about that.
Yeah, I should talk about it.
But yeah, I heard that they just got a vaccine. It's 91% effective.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Which is crazy high, right?
Oh yeah,
Because like I know
95% effective is super high. for
like, the
vaccine.
flu is like 45%.
Yeah, it's not very high.
Yeah, which is
My
crazy. I never
stepmom-
knew that.
I think we talked about that.
Did we?
The last one, but it doesn't matter. My stepmom is a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and she was talking like they had the biggest clinical trial
Mm-hmm.
ever, and
Wait, she
one-
had it, or she was telling you about it?
she was telling me about the vaccine stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, she actually got the vaccine, but
Really?
Yeah.
Did she get her second dose yet?
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. She was saying like how the clinical trial was huge, like way bigger than normal, and the efficiency or effectiveness is way bigger than normal, like the percentage.
Right.
So the normal vaccine. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like media's stirring stuff up,
Mm-hmm.
talking about people who don't want to get it.
yeah,
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
I really hope people don't like Because particular again, when we were talking about vaccines last time, we mentioned that people like you should get the vaccine for people who can't get the vaccine.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really important. And I mean, like you said, I'm pretty freaked out about needles, and you said you're like,
Yeah.
you are too.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and just be like, just give it to me. I'd be like, I might actually not like freak out because I just realized that if I get this, like, it's gonna help so many people, and including myself, return to normalcy.
Dude, all right, unrelated. You know what really sucks?
What?
Is flu tests. Have you ever gotten a flu test where they do like the nasal thing?
You gotten a COVID test? Oh, you did.
Yeah, I gotten like 4.
Where did you go for that?
It was this place by the airport. I can't remember the name of it. Okay. It was like Maxwell.
Oh man, Max Weldon? Yeah, it's called Max Weldon. The airport, Green River Valley Airport.
Yeah, there's a clinic next to it.
Oh, okay.
It's not on Google Maps, actually. I looked for it.
It's not on Google Maps?
It's not on Google Maps.
Sketchy. You may have not gotten a COVID. You may have got like a microchip in it.
That's probably what happened.
Did they like stick it all the way up there and like make it like...
No, it wasn't that bad, but they gave me a flu test while I was there because that's when I got COVID and I had symptoms. And so they wanted to make sure I didn't have the flu, so they saw my nose, and she like tickled my brain with it. That was like terrible because I remember I drove home after that and I was like blinking the whole time because my eyes were watering like crazy.
I went and got COVID tested.
That was worse than having COVID. Honestly,
I went and got COVID tested, and before that gathering I told you about with the band,
right?
Aoka, and I went and got COVID tested with Justin at Robert C. Byrd, and they didn't stick it. Like, it was fine. The COVID test was fine, but then they were like, we're also going to test you for strep, and I was like,
oh, I've had like 20
awesome.
strep threats.
So they like stuck the swab all the way back in your throat, kind of like the flu when they stick it all the way up there. They stuck it. That was horrible. I was like, no, because that makes me anxious too. Anything with the doctor makes me anxious, really.
Yeah.
But it came back that obviously my COVID test came back negative, but it came back that I had strep, and like I didn't.
I've had strep like 6 times.
Yeah, I don't know, because the one there, like they do like a quick test for strep and then they send it off. I don't remember what it's called, but so like the quick one was negative, but then the one that came back was positive. So I had to take antibiotics. But like you can be like a carrier for strep or something. My stepmom was telling me that.
How does that work? Is that like contagious?
Yeah, it is contagious.
Wait, is strep throat contagious?
Yeah.
Wait, are those different?
It's like
strep and strep throat?
No, I don't think so. It's streptococcal or something like that. I don't know what the word is. I don't know. I don't know. Like, again, we don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, she said I could be like a carrier for it or something, and I could just have it but not have it, and it was confusing. I just took antibiotics and shut up.
Could you be asymptomatic?
I mean, I was. I didn't feel bad. Like, I had a little bit of sore throat, but nothing like out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes COVID so crazy is you can have it and not know it.
Oh yeah,
and like
you can have anything and not know it.
Yeah, that's true.
Not necessarily, but a lot of things you can have and not know it.
Right. So I don't know.
Some people get colds and don't know it because allergies, but go ahead.
Right. I'm glad I didn't get COVID very bad, but I really don't want to get it again. It could have been worse, but and I know I still can because like you can still get it and like your immune system either fights it off and you don't get symptoms or you just get really mild symptoms.
Yeah.
But still, it sucked for me, and I know it really sucked. Like it really sucked for my dad, and I don't know. I don't want anyone to have to experience that because it really can be more than just a cold.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, one of my friends, grandma's was in the hospital with it for like 3 weeks.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she's getting better. She was like really stagnant, just kind of like the same.
Yeah.
She wasn't getting better or worse, which was scary. But yeah, her oxygen saturation levels are going back up.
Yeah, really good. I would not want to die in a hospital.
No, I wouldn't want to die at all. But in a hospital, it would suck.
Do you think? Do you think you'll? Oh, this is deep.
Go ahead.
Do you think you should embrace death, or you think immortality is the way? I might be coming in the future, man.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone could be immortal, it would kind of suck. Because, it's not good for people to die, but it also is. Because we would get super overpopulated, first of all. But also, death is natural. When you start messing with, like, the natural part of life, it kind of gets
I mean, we already
tricky.
mess with the natural part of life daily.
Yeah. Like,
we're doing it right now. Yeah.
But if you mess with it too much, it just gets bad. I'm not sure what exactly would happen, but I feel like I'd be kind of sketchy about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be immortal unless like
maybe you could like decide when you want to die.
This is really deep too, but like one of the main motivators for like just being alive for me is not wanting to miss out on things.
Yeah.
And like wanting to see people and be there for people. It's not really as much as myself. I'm here for myself, but I'm also here for other people more, in my opinion. So I think if my family members and friends around me were being immortal, I would also be like, okay, I don't want to miss out on anything.
Right.
So I'm also going to be immortal if I had like the choice.
That's true.
Yeah. That was a good question.
Might get boring.
Yeah, it would get boring.
Probably if the Earth explodes, you're floating through space.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, wait. So something I completely forgot to mention, dude. That Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Back to conspiracy theories, full circle.
Yeah. Wait. So she's. First of all, did you see the video? I'm pretty sure she uploaded it herself.
No.
No.
She's a senator, right? I know she's on the education committee. I know she's a congresswoman.
Congresswoman.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I know she's on the education committee.
Yeah. Did Biden put it there?
No. I don't think.
Was that elected?
I think the senators I'm pretty sure the Congress members elect them. I don't know.
Anyways, she was following this dude around who was a Sandy Hook survivor.
Yeah.
Was it Sandy Hook?
Oh, there's a lot of. I mean, it could have been
Parkland. I think it was Parkland.
Okay.
It was Parkland. That's probably wrong. Don't listen to me. Anyways, she was following this dude around who was he'd survived in the shooting, and she called him like a coward and stuff because he was like he was heading towards somewhere to give this like argument against or for more gun control.
Yeah.
Something, and she was like following him, and then I'm pretty sure she did upload it because like she was like talking to the cameras, like, you see this?
Well, she does believe that school shootings are staged.
Yeah. That's not okay.
That's like one of the conspiracy theories you should not subscribe to.
Yeah, at all.
That's horrible. And she also believes that the election fraud stuff and Nancy Pelosi should be executed for treason.
Tweeted that.
Yeah. Oh, she did. Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't Twitter beautiful?
Yeah.
And she also believes that the California wildfires, like the really bad ones in 2018, were started by Jewish space lasers.
That's what that was. The
Yeah.
Jewish. Okay. Yeah.
The Jewish-funded space lasers.
All right. I always wondered what that was about because I always hear people
Oh
talking.
yeah, I could totally get behind that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
don't you know the influx of Jewish space lasers? There's a huge amount of them in space.
What do you think happened in Australia?
Every fire ever started has been from a Jewish space laser.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's just kind of alarming because people elected her, and they knew this.
Mm-hmm.
Then they knew if they did research, they would know that she.
Right.
It's kind of like people elected her. So do we have the right to remove her?
She's like a wannabe Trump.
Yeah. Like, I think that they definitely have a right to remove her from the education committee because I wouldn't want someone on an education committee.
I don't want her deciding what might happen in my education.
I don't want her as a congresswoman in general. If you subscribe to crazy. And then the school shooting one really gets me. That's horrible. That's so bad.
I'm all right. Fingers crossed. I get through the next year. Okay. But I really hope I never have to experience that.
Oh, I don't think anyone wants to.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I mean, even like the drills, you see people having panic attacks and stuff. It's really.
Oh my god,
really
dude!
cool.
I had this one like traumatizing one in 6th grade. We'd never had. It was like my fourth day of school, and I was in my social studies class, and they said they went over the intercom, was like, code red, lock the doors, close the blinds, and everything. Like, this is before they told you before.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in like code red, close the doors.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, they were like, close the door, and then
Especially
someone went
you
through
were
the hall
sixth
and
grade?
started banging on the
yeah,
door.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
Then they got a bunch of angry letters from parents, and then they had to start letting people know.
Yeah.
That was a.
They don't really let us know.
Huh?
They let teachers know. They don't let us know though.
And then we find out from the teachers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like people were looking around in the class, and the teacher stopped talking, stopped doing the lesson. So we thought we were convinced it was real.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have drills, but it's also good to know if they're drills sometimes.
I was 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's terrifying. I know, what do you think about, I know there's been a proposal. What do you think about teachers being armed in classrooms? What do you think about that?
I don't know about that.
It's weird because there's a lot of dangers with it, but it could come with, I think it could pose more danger because although school shootings are horrible, they're not super common. They're not everywhere,
There haven't been any since COVID started.
Yeah.
I don't think, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or at least I haven't heard about any.
Yeah. But I think it could cause more danger because them being armed gives someone a chance to take their weapon or use it against them. But then again, them also being armed, obviously could defend.
Right.
Obviously, there'd be training classes. You can't just show up to school with an AK and be like, "Well, this is my gun. I have it in class."
Right.
There'd be
keep it under the desk.
Yeah, there'd be training classes, but I worry that people are careless. They don't realize they're careless sometimes. People do things they don't.
Do you think there are people that are teachers that shouldn't be teachers?
Oh yeah, there are people who are have any job that shouldn't hold any.
In our school? Don't say names.
No, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into
I feel
that
like most
'cause-
of our teachers are pretty
yeah,
competent.
yeah. I mean, teachers are good, and then their job is really hard. I mean, they
Yeah.
have to teach us.
They are wildly
I mean, a lot of kids are stupid.
Yeah.
No offense. A lot of people are stupid.
particularly our age.
Sometimes, yeah. And like, some people have bad days. They have to deal with all that. Even teachers have bad days, but they can't have bad days. They can't
Yeah.
just be like,
Kids will be
tough.
depressed in class, like have their head on the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they have to teach us, but they also have to deal with all of our other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you'd think they should get paid more.
And yeah, they are wildly undercompensated. And they should be like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they have good health care,
Yeah.
most of them. They have good benefits, but
I mean,
like
that's
their
what they were-
salary,
yeah,
I don't
that's
think
what they were
is enough.
striking about though, the PIA benefits.
Yeah.
But
How much did they end up getting like raised for?
I'm not sure.
Did they?
I know my dad also got a raise. He's a government employee.
I remember we got like 3 weeks off of school.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
That was 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
Fun fact: I've been to Disney twice in my life, right?
Right.
The one in Florida, and
Sorry, another Disney.
do you?
Oh, Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland in California. But there's
I'm slow.
like for it's okay. I both times I went a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Were you in school during the water crisis in middle school?
Remind me what happened. I might have been.
There was like I think it was an oil truck. There was a truck of some sort that spilled into like the Greenbrier River, or part of like a a creek that went into the Greenbrier River.
That stuff happens. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Or it was like it almost spilled or something like that, and so they had to shut down school because they didn't have clean water for a whole week. And that week I was in Disney World. I had no clue they were going to shut down school. So that week I was in Disney World in middle school. And then next time I went to Disney World, I was like, I have to do all this work when I get back.
Yeah.
It was high school. It was a teacher strike, so I got off for a whole nother week. So literally, I had no extra work to do
remember-
both those times.
Do you remember the 2016 derecho? Was it 2016?
2016 what?
Derecho?
Oh, the ratio, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Elkins during that. We were just camping, and then like we were just sitting out by the campfire, and then it was just like, when I was like, whoa.
Oh my god.
You can go ahead and tell your story, but I have a story about that too.
Where what? Me and my dad were at Blue Bend, and you know the shelter like back
Yeah.
behind the swimming hole.
Yeah.
It started raining really hard there,
yeah.
and so me and my dad went into the shelter, and then it started raining like really, really hard, and like trees, the trees were like falling down and
it's like a
stuff. and the
mini
wind was-
hurricane.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's like these tiny centralized like crazy wind hurricane storms, and I remember once it finally calmed down after the wind was like blowing like 20 feet in the shelter.
Yeah.
We finally went out, and there was like this giant like about yay big tree blocking the entrance, and then we had to wait for these dudes with the chainsaws to come in and cut it out. That was a weird day.
My dad and my stepmom were on the Greenbrier River Trail when it happened. They were biking. They're biking like the whole trail, and so when it happened, they had to like get down in a ditch. It just happened, it just came out of nowhere, really.
Right.
They had to get down in a ditch, and then they got in an old train tunnel, and they slept in the train tunnel. And but they were like biking the trail the next day, and there were trees everywhere, and they got stung by a bunch of bees.
Bees.
I'm all out of water, so my voice is
too.
gonna start cracking. Like a bunch of bees stung them,
Right.
and yeah, it was crazy because like they could have actually like died from that being outside, like no shelter.
Dude, I had this one period. Speaking of bees, I had this one period in my. I was probably in like kindergarten or something, and there's this sort of stair that goes up onto our porch before you walk into the house, and there was this bee's nest that was there for like an entire summer, and pretty much every other day I would walk up there and get stung until it got to the point where I would like walk around the whole house to go to the porch because I kept getting stung. I don't know why. I didn't do anything to aggravate the bees.
Yeah.
And wait, do wasps do anything for the environment other than keep people away?
They pollinate. I think all bees pollinate, don't they?
Do they? I don't know.
I know. I think everything's there for a reason. But
Yeah.
Probably.
Except for mosquitoes. I hate the mosquitoes.
Well, the mosquitoes are food for other.
Well, no,
insects.
because like I remember I watched a video, this complete legit video resource because I watched a YouTube video.
Everything on the internet's real. So.
He was talking about basically mosquitoes, as you know, they carry diseases. They probably killed
Malaria,
more
yeah.
people than anything.
I don't know
Because
about that,
they
but-
carry the diseases.
Yeah.
It's an indirect cause.
Yeah. I gotcha.
But he mentioned that like the main concern for them just being completely eradicated as a food source, but he talked about like a lot of the animals that eat them, like frogs, they provide such a tiny amount of food that like it wouldn't really impact the food chain much.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
Just take it with a grain of salt. But
like once you get rid of any like species, it's kind of like okay, that's kind of bad though.
Yeah.
Even if it is mosquitoes, like.
and I know they have these genetically modified ones that they messed with that they whenever they can't reproduce or something, and then whenever they mate with another mosquito, it like makes it so it can't reproduce or something along the lines.
Oh,
of
I
that.
heard about that.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's about all the time we've got for today. Dude, fun talking again.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good talking. We didn't get to talk about cheeseburgers.
We didn't get to talk about cheeseburgers. Maybe next time.
Next time, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Thank you guys.